Welcome back for Season 2, Week 1 of iRacing in the Formula Vee Rookie Series at Lime Rock Park Grand Prix Circuit. I will be racing the Formula Vee Series every week this season, and my goal here, and my hope for you, is to race well and enjoy what you're doing. What is the Formula Vee? Okay, a quick reminder. The Formula Vee is based on the stock parts of a pre-1963 Volkswagen Beetle, combining them with a tube frame chassis and fiberglass or carbon fiber open wheel body. Okay, coming into this week, it's the first week of my first season. My goal is to improve my drive. I will measure that with a combination of iRating and safety rating, because together they suggest safe and competitive driving, which supports my ancillary goal of improved racecraft, which is like plays well with others. Okay, here we are at Lime Rock, Season 2, Week 1, Formula Vee, let's go. Let's see, I qualified 10th or 9th on the field. How far am I going to be able to climb up the ladder? Well, that first incident wasn't me, so that's a good start. As you can see by the track map, there's already a big gap forming between the front of the pack and the people I hang out with. Here we go, coming up to the first chicane. Really feels good when you get that right. Now, it looks like there's an off. There is an off, and if you look in the upper right corner, you can see them safely rejoin the race. The upper right corner is brought to you by the Blimp, and the upper left corner is brought to you by TV1. The Blimp is looking at any interesting things on the track, and TV1 is watching my car. And of course, in the main screen, here we are in the cockpit. Now, a couple people are already going into the pits. I'm zooming along with Len behind me. Special shout out to everyone in this race for doing a really good job of keeping it clean. Now, that's Ramsey's off in the chicane. Excellent pink livery. Big shout out to Ramsey's. I think we are in the third lap of 12, or it's 12 minutes. Anyway, it's about a minute a lap, so 11 or 12 laps, whatever. Coming back onto the straight. I selected this race because it makes me look good. This was the race where I had the fewest number of incident points, so keep your eye out. You'll see what I'm talking about. I also managed to have my best lap time out of the series that I did this week. And it's because of entering corners like that in third and staying in third through that corner. Really felt good driving this Vee. It's a fun little car. However, as is often the case, I found myself spending much of the race more or less on my own. Although I've got somebody behind me, about to be passed. Coming up on my left, there they go. And that is Caden. Caden is going to be a star of this race. And if you keep your eye on the standings box on the lower right, you'll see that Caden's name is going to climb up that rank. You know, getting passed by Caden was a good example of understanding pace of the other drivers. In the center of the screen, right above my steering wheel, you'll see the relative box. And the layout that I have on screen with the track map on the left, the relative box in the center, and the standings off to the right, this is basically how I have it when I race. I've tried to pare away as many things as possible so that I can focus on the feel of the car and the relative box, knowing how close the car behind me is, what their pace is, and how far away the car in front is. Pretty big gap to the next car in front. But in the standings box to the right, you can see that Jose and George in second and third look like they're very close, and I think that's what you're seeing up in the top right of this screen. The blimp is showing us the battle first, second, and third. Terrific driving. Also, they did a great job of sharing space and promoting good racecraft. I look forward to being up at the front end of the grid and having a responsible battle with them. Anyway, here I come into the final turn before the straight. Tell you, this Formula Vee car is a lot of fun to drive. It's so straightforward. Alright, let's just listen to this lap. Okay, so a couple things as I'm actually driving. When I approach this turn, I try to downshift and let the front wheels get some grip. And then here, I'm turning too early, but it's working. Turning too late, but it's working. Or was that early? Anyway, I'm keeping an eye on the relative, especially the number for the driver behind me, because I don't want somebody to sneak up behind me. But sometimes I'm looking at the relative and I forget to hit the brakes. Luckily, I made it through that chicane okay. Pop it up into third. I like to make this turn and then hit fourth because I want to make sure that I've got the car rotated, and I don't really know how to do that. Here, I turned a little bit late. I don't have the throttle telemetry up right now, but maybe I'll include that in another entry later this season. I was late into the corner there, but I feel like it worked out pretty well. I have a lot of work to do if I want to become an interesting commentator for my own races. I'm enjoying driving the Formula Vee, and I'm looking forward to the experience of driving it consistently over this complete season. I assume I will learn a lot, so I'm looking forward to that. Alright. 3 laps to go. Kept it on track. Now, I don't have anybody breathing down my neck on track, although you can see a car in the distance. But it's such a tricky game to do your best to be accurate at as high a speed as you can achieve without taking unnecessary risks, knowing when to ease off. And it's second by second evaluation. On the straights, you have a moment to breathe and think. But then you've got to get your braking ready, because when do you start? Now. By slowing down a little bit. Ooh, that was close. Alright, in the upper right box, you'll see a battle going on for the lead of the race. Meanwhile, I'm doing my best to just be consistent. And I have improved my approach on the chicanes. What you're seeing now is about as good as I am at the moment. I think I did a slightly faster time in the time trial, but doing hot laps and having a fast pace during a race are two completely different things. Oh, in the upper right, I just saw Len and Ramsey accidentally bonk off to the side there. I wonder what that was all about. Yes, they bonked off. Alright, this is the final lap. Can I keep it on track? Thank you for watching. If you are new to iRacing, so am I. If you have some questions, give me a shout. But otherwise, just watch and learn. Or who knows what lessons you'll get, but you know what I mean. Alright, so that's how it went in the Formula Vee. The Formula Vee by the numbers. This week I was able to do 8 races, and my iRating started off somewhere below 700, and it dipped down a little bit, and then it picked back up as I got more comfortable with the car, I think. My safety rating, which had been up here, but when I got promoted, got bumped down to here. Took a bit of a dive in the first couple of races, but then picked back up, and you'll see my incidents. My first race in the V was 1 incident. Then I just was messy all over the place, followed by 2 0-incident races. So inconsistent. But then I had 2 incidents, and 5 incidences. So, you know, safety rating kind of chill here. Plus, I am technically a C-class driver, so racing in a rookie class is barely going to earn me anything. but it will affect my numbers. So I'll keep an eye on this and keep you posted. Check out the next video for a similar Check out the next video for a similar recap of the Ray FF 1600. And then, too, I will include a cumulative summary for the week so far. Hey, I got a question for the audience here. What is the special role of an observer in the decoherence of the wave function? The first correct answer in the comments below gets a no prize. Until next time, I hope you're able to race well and enjoy what you're doing.